This segment is sponsored by the Real Estate Top Performers. Are you ready to buy or sell a home and not sure what to look for in a realtor? Well, we spoke to Bruce Wertz of Cranford and Associates, who has tips to help you find the best match. And Carrie Reel from the Mortgage Link has a special offer for veterans and their families who are looking for homes. Carrie, so good to see you. Bruce, welcome to Great Day, Washington.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hey, right, Kristen, how are you?
Carrie, let's start with it. What is the deal of the day?
Thanks, Kristen. I just wanted to reach out to all our veterans, make them aware that these VA purchases right now, the interest rates are just phenomenally low. For any veteran that has not used their VA eligibility ever, or it has been some time, please consider that when you're purchasing a home. We just did a VA purchase on a $1.76 million purchase, financed $1.76 million on a 30-year fixed rate. And for the veterans today that are interested in purchasing, we have 2.25% on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Again, that's 2.25% on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage with 1 point and an APR of 2.34%. Please give us a phone call. I'll share with you why you should use your VA eligibility as opposed to a conventional or an FHA loan. Love to help you out.
Awesome, Carrie. Awesome deal. Thanks so much for sharing that. And Bruce, one of the first steps when it comes to buying or selling a home is finding the right realtor, but there's choices out there. So what's some of the first things we should look for when it comes to selecting a realtor?
Good question. First off, it should be a licensed agent. I mean, all jurisdictions have licensing requirements. They have testing and all that. So that's the first thing. In addition to that, should be a Realtor, which is a member of the National Association of Realtors, and that carries with it a very strict code of ethics. So we police ourselves, and we have a very strict code of ethics that guides our behavior with the marketplace and with people that we're working with professionally. In addition to that, contract knowledge. We're not lawyers, but we're dealing with contracts. So we got to know what that contract says, be able to talk about it, be able to work with it, know when there's a gray area so that you do get a legal professional if you need it, and know when you're within your bounds. So that's really important. A lot of people think that you need to have a neighborhood specialist. I don't think we're in the days anymore of when a neighborhood specialist is really the prime thing anymore, because a lot of people are looking in areas beyond just one neighborhood at a time. So it's almost impossible to have someone who's a specialist in where you're going to buy. But he does need to know the area, and there are nuances between DC, Maryland, Virginia. Each one of them carries different ways of doing business, different contract paperwork, that sort of thing. So he needs to know that. He needs to know the area itself at least enough so he can research it. That's really important. Track record. I mean, every agent starts out from nothing. He's a novice, as I was 16 years ago, and you'll learn a lot on the job. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't work with someone who's inexperienced, but if he is inexperienced, will he go to someone to get help when he needs it, or is he just going to kind of try to blow through and make it on his own? Because that could get you into trouble. That's a big deal, I think.
Right, because everybody starts from somewhere, and you could still have the talent and be qualified, but as you're going along, you need to be willing to ask for help, as we all do at any point. What about the team that they have surrounding them? What should we be looking for? Is this like the team that's going to help with the contracts, or the team that they work with, like if you're working with Carrie?
Yeah, that's another good question. I don't actually have an administrative team, but it's not really something that I find that I need. But I do have contractors. I have lenders I work with. I have title companies that I can recommend, painters, plumbers, all that sort of stuff. And that's really important, even movers. So a good agent's going to have people with him that he can recommend to you so that you can check it out and see what services are available, whether it fits your budget, that sort of thing. So that's really important. Does he know people? I think that's a really key point.
Yeah, Carrie, we talk about that all the time, that the team is important. That's why, you have the people that you trust and work with and know that they do a good job.
That is very true. Yeah. When you talk about a team like Bruce alluded to, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've got an administrative assistant or a buyer's agent or another listing agent on your team, but that you have, a handful of folks in your quiver that you can refer on any given circumstance. If you need a contractor to help you out, or if they don't have an insurance agent, somebody that you can refer just a bunch of different folks that either you, your clients, or your family members or other folks have done business with that are trusted, that you can provide names for, that will do a great job and provide a good service. That's, selecting a real estate agent. It sounds so easy, so simple, but there are definitely things that you need to think about when doing that. And it's not necessarily a family member or a friend. It's got to be somebody that you're, compatible with.
Well, Bruce, you gave us some great things to think about as we're selecting our realtor. Carrie, thanks so much for the deal of the day. Gentlemen, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having us, Kristen.
Thank you.
The deal of the day is right there on your screen. Call now and Carrie's team at the Mortgage Link will get you started toward your dream home. The number to call is 833-MTG-LINK, and be sure to follow the Real Estate Top Performers on YouTube.